Look at the little spots where they've been led. It is supplementary feeding the sheep. I was just on the phone to someone and they're loving the small bales of hay. Just being sealish. I wonder if he doesn't even wear seals wellies. It's a bit of a travesty, really. So the sheep are really struggling on the hard ground, as you can see. Like, she's not lame or anything. She's just, it's just not good walking, is it? Come on, lads. Oh, tasty. We like to let the stores, I've been watching far too much Irish YouTube, eat their barley just before we let the cows through, because cows come rushing in and they all just like try and get over to the other side. So we like to give them a minute. These are just like the dairy things that we buy in. So these are mock belliards, and obviously these are like a Holstein Friesian. That's a Hereford. You really see the difference in them. They're probably a similar age, a lot shorter, a lot wider. This thing's a lot taller and narrower. These are more of a beef breed, even though they are obviously off a dairy cow. A lot easier to fatten. They're away sooner. But also, like, with that in mind, they cost a lot more to buy. The more the price of a beef animal when you buy them as a calf, opposed to the cheaper just black and white things. So it depends what you want, doesn't it? Right in there. That one there, she'll climb in the trough. Every cow has a personality, whether it be a good one or a bad one. Every single cow. And you get to know them all. Yeah, it has a mysterious mark on its back end that appeared one summer, and we have no idea where that came from. Honestly, went out as a calf and it didn't have it, and then it came back in from summer and that's what it had. Go on, explain that. Explain that. It literally looks like it's been branded with something, doesn't it? Honestly, let me touch it. Crazy, crazy. I fed that as a calf, right? And she did not have that mark. I guarantee you she did not have it. There's pictures of her as a baby and she didn't have it. It's like crop circles, isn't it? Aliens came. I've broken it. Stronger than I think. So we are at a man called Ian Dinsdale's, and he makes all of the attachments for our bobcat. Superb attachments. And he has recently taken our whisk and he is doing a prototype to put it on the front of the bobcat instead of on the back of the tractor. So bear in mind, this is just the first stage. We've done away with the PTO completely and changed it to a hydraulic pump. It had a little split in the propeller thing. So it's done away with the PTO completely, and I don't actually think there'll be a lot of use for the ram either, because your bobcat's got the tilt on it already. Hydraulic top link, like I just said, it's actually redundant. I think they've just left it on just for... Can I just make you all feel a tiny bit better? Daffodils. It's coming. It's coming. exciting. Realised we were going to have a go with it now. Exciting. I'll go and put the cows through. Obviously the ground is completely frozen. Bonus. Yeah, now you're on. Prototype is a go-go. Yeah, go on, tilt. Down. Stop. You're in further than you've ever been. I'm just gonna get out. I just wanted to show you. Shit, actually, I can show you. Frozen. Under the shed, obviously it won't be frozen, but it'll be very thick. And it is fair zapping some power. You can hear it. Like that's full revs. And obviously it's taken the power. My bobcat's a high flow. This is the bigger of the two. That's when he turns it off. That's the power kicking back in. Did you hear? Just an idea and just a bit of a prototype. You gotta try these things. Fair, it's probably some of the worst that we've had for a long time. Bit of an unfair trial, but why not throw it in at the deep end? Right, we're bubbling now. We're bubbling. I don't look this dead in summer. I look a bit more healthy. It's just a case of changing angles, I think. This isn't moving yet at all, really. I've ever wanted a video on absolute. That sounds like it's trying, it's finding it easier, it's got its revs back. Woo! You know how Roy's had to put like the safety belt down, turn it on, and so we can get off and leave it mixing, otherwise your slurry wouldn't get spread. That's the only thing. Possibly maybe not ideal for a bobcat as such, maybe ideal for something like a load all or whatever, but yeah, I can, yeah. Just gonna watch Roy in from some different angles to try and change the direction before I leave. What do you pro slurry spreaders reckon? I'm leaving this way. Let me just escape, hold on. I don't like it, sorry, I know. Some people think I'm pathetic, but I don't really care. I just, moving up here. And I'm like that far away from it. So, the last time we spread slurry, I did a video on it, so you can look at how long ago it was if you so wish. It was really, really thick then, and Roy left a load in the bottom, like 3 foot of proper thick. So we were like, oh, next time we'll put loads of water in. It'll be fine, we'll deal with it later. We are dealing with it later, but I suppose it's a good test because you don't want to give it something easy to test, do you? You want to give it something really hard to test. Doesn't have the power that a PTO has, but
this is the worst.
I know, yeah, this is the worst we will have ever really mixed. Just gonna put the cows through here. Gonna have a look here and see what it's like down this. So eager to like stick this whisk in. Roy's just stuck a piece of wood. He's taken slats off here and stuck a piece of wood down. He said there is no water in it. It is pure like way more maneuverable. Like you can literally move it around and whatever angle you want. Yes. So that's how, this is way better now. Like this is how unfair of a test it is. So the weather's dictated all of this, so as just said. We left a lot in because we didn't let any water in. And then we've kind of like expected it to an Irish YouTube channel, and they were talking about they're trying to get tankers out without PTOs, just on a pump. Like an engineer's brother got dragged in and killed by a PTO, so they're trying to do it with a pump. So that'll be interesting to watch a few more of those and see how they're getting on with pump it with just a hydraulic pump. Yeah, that's cool though, isn't it? That is cool. So we've left it whisking for a little bit, and this is what it's come up with. All that crust has gone, and it is very much moving around in there. As you can see, it's pretty thick stuff, so it's a fair test to be on. So the prototype whisk that we've got made by Ian, I think it's all right actually. We need to try it on the 160 because it's on the bigger bobcat. So like, you know, a couple of months ago when I put a video on of us stirring the slurry and somebody commented and said, oh, your PTO shit, it needs changing. That's why we haven't changed it, because we were looking at doing away with it altogether. And it's a wide angle PTO. It was going to be, you know, a couple £100 to change it. And we weren't spending money for nothing. And we knew that we had this in mind. So that's why, that's why we didn't go and just get a new PTO. And that's why we let it go like it was. It still had plenty of wear in it, and we had someone to look at it. But yeah, and it did sound bad, but we were doing away with it anyway. So now you can probably understand why. Obviously, it has safety implications which are to be looked at. We can't not address that. On the Bobcat, unlike a telehandler, to get off that seat and keep it running, you need to lift the safety bar up, which is for tipping over, and you obviously need to have the safety bar behind you, set the Bobcat off, and then climb off it. That's something to look at. It probably might work well on maybe some kind of telehandler that you do. It would carry on running without the safety bar kind of aspect of it. It's just all things to look at, isn't it? It's just trial and error. Oh, like clattering and carrying on, you know, like with when you've got the PTO on, it literally like the legs that, you know, the two little legs that you put up on your whisk, they're like clattering away, like half of the PTO thing, what you thought was the PTO, it wasn't. It was actually legs, because they're quite loose fitting. Yeah, I just thought I'd share it with you because it's kind of cool. You know, it's one of them things that you don't really get to do very often. It was something that Roy had always had in mind. Why can't we have one on the front of the Bobcat? It's anything to do with slurry and waste management. They just stick a load of notes on the end, don't they? And yeah, so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know of any improvements you think or what your thoughts are. I find it interesting. Yeah, I just thought I'd share it with you because it's kind of a cool process that we're just having a bash, really. What do you think? Not argue with a cow. It's the day after. Obviously, it's the day after. The ice is disappearing. That is a good thing because, yeah, my fingers are getting sick of this weather. So this morning, a nice man from Cars came, and I gave my bobble hat. But I was stood in the yard over behind us and I was looking at this sheep on the fence line. And I thought, oh, she's a little bit far away from everyone else. And I thought, oh, I'll maybe keep an eye later and see if she's still far away from everyone else. Anywho, she's still far away from everyone else, so I'm just going to go and check. Bringing my brew was probably not the wisest decision I've ever made, but I'm just thought it was odd when everyone else was over there. There are some sheep near, so it's not unusual. A leg. Oh, I think she's lying with next door. Hey, I'm just coming to see how you are. Come on. She seems quite happy. She seems quite happy. The cloud literally taking top spot. Hi, baby. I have this gate in with burgers. Oh! Oh no! The midden's thawed out. I'm not laughing. Shh, don't laugh, he'll get across. Oh! That wouldn't have happened with a telehandler, would it? Well, I just got totally splattered in SH1T. He thought that the midden was frozen, so he literally rammed into it and it all splashed at him. I'm not laughing, but if you know Roy, I'm totally laughing. We've had the friction plate done on the Bobcat. If any of you have seen us riding around on the small Bobcat, you'll notice that when we go across the yard, the revs drop off quite dramatically. They just creep back, and you constantly keep putting them up. So basically, look at this. Anywho, this here, can you see that in there? So now it stays. I know Roy doesn't like being on YouTube.
I know. Come on.
Oh. With me, it wouldn't be funny. Just so you know. Welcome to Cumbria. Do 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 do. Me and Roy have just come on and run to McQuarters, which is in Kirby Stephen, and that is miles away. Now, every time Roy comes on a run out to Kirby, the tractor on the way back will go into limp mode. It's happened twice now, and then we're on the way back. We've dropped the trailer off. Lo and behold, this comes up with a bing, bing. So we both went, oh no, we'll have to go the back way because we don't want to break down on the main road. Roy used to fill the AdBlue up full all the time. We thought that was what you were meant to do. All them problems, and after that we realised that we don't do enough hours on the tractor to keep the AdBlue completely full all the time, because we didn't realise it recirculated somehow when you turn the tractor off. It did have a problematic pump, but it was just, we weren't using enough of the AdBlue, and it was just sitting in the tank, which isn't good. It's meant to be kept in the dark, in the cool, you know, in a shed somewhere. So we started then putting less AdBlue in the tank. That's why there's only 2 bars in. Now we don't know whether that light that's just come on is a bing because the AdBlue's low, or a bing because the AdBlue's gone wrong again. For those of you that don't know, AdBlue just crystallizes. It's a very strange thing. It's like, what is it, ammonia, urea, something like that. Anyway, we're suspecting it's just because it's low, because the tractor hasn't gone into limp mode. So here is us on the main road, trogging along quite nicely. We have a 20 litre drum at home, so when we get back we're going to tip it in and hope that that light goes off. Never heard it bing before, like it just did. It went bing, bing, because we've always kept it so full, up until like this last couple of months, when we've just decided that keeping it half full was probably a better thing to do for the machine. We've been on tractor run, isn't it? Feel romantic. Do you feel like you love me more? He said no. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? We're gonna break down. Job, we're nearly home. It didn't work. Roof are just on our way to Toppings to pick up Roy. He's taking the tractor, but I'm just gonna stop and I'm gonna show you the sunset because it is just wait there. Wow, stunning. Like proper stunning. Why I get told off for wasting time. Worth it though, yeah?